Blog Talk Radio.
Talk One's Talk Radio presents Manifest in the Music. Let's go. Manifest in the music. Manifest in the music.
Manifest in the music.
Manifest in the music. It's the real. I hope y'all ready for this movie. Y'all ready? It's Talk One Talk Radio. Yeah. Manifest in the music. We representing the truest, and it's a blessing to do it. But enough with all this small talk. Let's go on and get right to it.
Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is The Real Music, a.k.a. Brother Yedid Yah. And I'd like to welcome everybody to another episode of Manifesting the Music. And on today's show, I have with me none other than the co-host of The People of the Book, Hebrew Bars and Verses, amongst other things. I got Sister Tamar with me. Shalom, sis.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? Oh, I'm good. How are you this evening?
Cool. I'm cooling. As always, thankful for another day.
Amen. All right, so for the listeners that may not know who you are, can you please tell them a little bit about yourself?
Yep. So I am Tamar. I like you said, I co-host an online radio station on Blog Talk as well called, the radio station is called To, The Increase of Knowledge and Truth. And we have shows throughout the week, but I co-host a Tuesday night show called Hebrew Bars and Verses, which is part of the People of the Book. So let me back up. The People of the Book is, let me back up all the way. To The Increase of Knowledge and Truth radio is so the online radio show, and the original intent of it is to be a gathering place for Hebrews, so those that know who they are, to come together and do Bible studies throughout the week and learn more about what other Hebrews are doing across the country. And so that's the purpose of it initially. But the the People of the Book is a portion of the radio station that gets more in depth into like the people, literally, right? So it's all kinds of people with different gifts outside of the traditional. I'm a teacher, so a lot of times people see us as far as a nation of people preaching the gospel or teaching or whatever. There's other gifts in the body. 1 Corinthians 12 talk about that. So anyway, long story short, People of the Book is what that is, and then there's a music portion which I've been doing, and really in promotion now called Hebrew Bars and Verses. So I probably didn't answer your question, but that's who I am, and so yeah, that's it.
All right. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. Your narrative is your narrative.
Yeah.
So, tell us a little bit of who you co-host with, and so in regards of the music portion, since this is Manifesting the Music, we're going to focus more on the music. Tell the people who you co-host with, and then just a little bit about the foundation and development of the show, how y'all got started and everything like that.
Yep. So I co-host a show with a brother named Asai, and we was on So we met on the radio on different platforms years ago. The name of the show was called, on Blog Talk 2, the name of the show was called project, which was, I forget what the what the acronym stands for now, but anyway, it was an online radio station, and they would do like Bible studies. And actually, I found out about it through Facebook. The brother whose name was Hezekiah, he was doing a Bible trivia show, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I ended up, I think he put a question on there like, we doing Bible trivia, who want to call in tonight? And I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. So, because before that, the only kind of interaction I had with Hebrew was on the Shabbat, So after the Shabbat, it was like people went on about their business. So I heard about this thing, and I would call in and do Bible trivia. And so from there, he had other shows and stuff. And long story short, that's how I ended up meeting Asad, because he had a show on Saturday after the Sabbath. So that's how I ended up hooking up with him. And then that radio station ended up closing down, but by then it was like I had met some other sisters and other brothers that were calling each week, so we was kind of connecting in that way. And when the radio station fell apart, we had like a conference call, and I'll never forget, one of the older sisters was like, everybody got something they could do. And then that night I had a dream where I was like I was working on a spreadsheet, whatever, but I was concerned about how the answer, the question that was in that dream was, how are we gonna keep everybody together? So that was the question that came out of that dream. And I think the next day, I forget how long after that, one of the other sisters was like, we should probably start a new show. So that's how that started. And from there, we created To the Increase of Knowledge and Truth Radio from that. So it was the initial intent was to keep the people together, keep folks engaged throughout the week outside of the Sabbath, or if they didn't have some place to gather, they would be able to at least call in and build with like-minded people throughout the week. So that was that. And Hebrew Bars and Verses, or the people of the book, or Hebrew Bars and Verses in particular, because again, just focus on music. Hebrew Bars and Verses came up one night. We didn't have no programming or something fell through, and Asad was like, oh, we should do this thing called Hebrew Bars and Verses. So it was actually his idea to even start it. And so we would interview music artists. And I don't even remember how it happened. I will say all of this is y'all's work. So anything that we have done, or even, I'm just speaking for myself, I can't speak for him, but even anything moving forward that people might see coming out of me is God. You know what I'm saying? It's not me, because I love music. I'm grateful to even be amongst musicians and artists, because I've always been amongst them, from poetry to any kind of live stuff. That's always been me socially. That's how I relate with people through music. So it's interesting now that we do this show, but everything is God. You know what I'm saying? It's him. It's his vision. It's his intent. And I'm just grateful to be able to do service in something that's a hobby of mine. So that show started in 2014. So we've been going just for 4 years on Hebrew Bars and Verses, and it has unfolded and transformed. If I listen back on the original shows, it's amazing how things have unfolded. Because I never wanted to be out front at all. So now it's like, oh, he was about Verses, and I'm like, but it was never my intent to do that.
You sound like Moshe.
Yeah, and I still feel that way.
Sound like Moshe. I can't talk, my speak.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in front of the people. Choose somebody else, But
and I still feel that way. Yeah, I still feel that way. Like even now, before we got on the show, I was nervous. I'm not So, but I do understand that I can't. I mean, now I can't stop. But it's not my desire to no vainglory or nothing. I really I want to encourage other people. So when I interview people, I love the fact that they get a chance to tell people who they are and they get to share their story. So even when you asked me, I was like, what? But I'm grateful for the opportunity, but it's never my intent to be somebody or to be out in front. I just like music, you know what I'm saying, and sharing the music, because I know that it's sometimes it's people's second or third job, you know what I'm saying. So to be able to do something that you enjoy on the creative side and not get no encouragement, that's pretty whack, so I'm happy to be able to do it. So.
Well, I just want to let you know that y'all, yourself and Asai, y'all doing a wonderful job, a mighty work, with creating a platform for brothers and sisters to share their story, share their gift amongst the people, and spread good, positive music. So, let somebody else praise you.
Right.
I do it, and so I'm giving y'all some praise on that because I really enjoy the show, and it's been a blessing for me just as an artist, coming out and not really even knowing too many people, and y'all inviting me on the show and having me. That was a blessing for me.
Praise the Most High. As always, praise Him at all times. I appreciate it, though.
Amen. So, you talked a little bit about Hebrew bars and verses. Is there any other musical platforms? I know y'all had the Hebrew Hip Hop Awards.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yep. So initially the music started on the Blog Talk Radio, and our Blog Talk Radio page, for those that are interested, is blogtalkradio.com. I guess it's / I guess that's what it's called, but the little slash thing, and then the number 2 NKT. So that's the page. But we from that, the idea. John Boy was. I was trying to think of how the awards thing happened. So we've been doing the Hebrew bars and verses, and then we got invited to host the first No More Division concert in Kansas City, Kansas. 2 years. I think it's 2 years. 2 maybe 3 years ago. I think 2015. I think that's right. Was that right? Whatever. I think it's 2016. But we got invited to host the first No More Division concert. Ephraim invited us. Ephraim the Truth, or Bruce Lasser, as people might know, invited us to host it. So anyway, we went down there, hosted it like that, and that would be the first true music concert. Not that people wasn't doing other stuff, but I think that would be, if you look back, that was probably the first true music concert. And brothers and sisters came from all over the country to come together. Artists came. And John Boyd, who we had interviewed previously on the show, that was the first time I ever met him. So I don't know all the details on how it came up because I found out about it. I wasn't in the original conversation about it, but it was his idea to start the Hebrew Hip Hop Awards show. And for those that do know John, he is very humble and very selfless. For him to be as popular as he is, we didn't interview people about true music, and they always say the first person I heard was John. So shout out to that brother. But it was his idea, and the purpose of the show, we've done 2 seasons. The purpose of the show is to, again, kudos to people or encouragement. And so we typically start in the fall around August or so, and we do. I think it's like an 8-month process because we always end up stopping right before the new year or whatever. So we have each week a category. So the categories range from best album or best mixtape to best group or something. And we have gotten a lot of negative publicity from it, especially in the beginning, because people are like, it's idolatry and whatever, But like you just quoted, so that's this book. So let another man praise you and not your own lips. You know what I'm saying? So the entire purpose of the show is not, and we even have a joke that you ain't getting nothing from it. I'm not going to mail you like an award. I'm going to give you a box of monsters if I see you, but it's not, you're not getting anything. It's just so you be encouraged to know that you're not by yourself. You're not creating all this beautiful content that is a tool against the BS we hear on the radio. It's a tool, and it's another platform. Yeah, it's another platform to spread the gospel. So I might not ever be able to see you face to face and share this beautiful gospel, but you're gonna hear it in the music. So that's what it is. And so we do that process, and people call in, and that's how we end up hearing about new artists. It's through that process. So it's all a big, beautiful circle of encourage and find out about new people. Encourage. So we play new tracks. Like at the beginning of each show, before we get into the nominees, we profile a new artist or a new song, and so it just builds on top of each other. But that's what that is, and it was started with John, and so we. This our second season, I think, and I don't even know now. My mind is so crazy. Maybe January we stopped was the last time we did it, but so that's what that is. And we did it last year. We didn't do it this year, but so we had the first season of Hebrew Hip Hop Awards, and then the Gap was a show called The Fifth Element, because we believe that truth music is the fifth element of hip hop, which is knowledge. So it's what we've been waiting on. You know, hip-hop is still alive and it's being reborn through truth music, but truth music is the fifth element because it adds the knowledge that hip-hop was missing, and that we saw a glimpse of it throughout, because if you listen to lyrics and things like that, you can hear from KRS-One to Lauryn Hill, people dropping, or even Goody Mob, you hear people dropping information that is pertinent to what we understand now as the children of the Most High. They were saying it all along, but true music has been intentional in being a genre that promotes that, you know, to the listener's ear. So, yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Mhm. Yeah.
I just want to say, even with all the negativity, don't let that stop y'all. You know,
right.
You always gonna get some negative backlash on whatever you do. But as long as you're true to yourself and you're true to the Most High, hey, let it ride. You know, fight through that. Because people appreciate what y'all doing, and I'm one of them. And that's why I wanted to open up, you know, our platform to you. You the first actual person that's been on the show that doesn't do music. You know, but I feel like you so influential to the truth music genre that, you know, it just wouldn't be right not to bring you. And in fact, you know, I plan on bringing Asai as well in the future shows, just to, you know, get the outside scoop, you know, from people that may not necessarily do truth music, but promote and support truth music. So,
that's right.
You know, that's big for me, because this show is manifesting the music. So we want to manifest that essence of positivity in hip hop, like you said, because you know I'm not super old, but I'm kind of old. You know, I ain't revealed my age. Some people know how old I am, but you know, I came up when it was Fight the Power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Public Enemy. Fight the Power, when you had consciousness being pushed through the form of music. But that nowadays is very rare to find. I mean, it's out there, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Amongst the mainstream, but it's not as pertinent as Pop Molly's, what else? You know, promoting sin, basically. Promoting immoral behavior.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So, me personally, if people want to call it idolatry, because I'm going to keep it 100, you know, it's the real. So, I'm going to give you the real. Most people, they're saying it, they still listen to secular music. So, what is you really trying to, what is your mission? You know what I'm saying? What is your mission? You know, why are you trying to discriminate or downplay what these brothers and sisters are doing, which has a righteous, good intent behind it? You want to talk about this. I don't see you going to the radios and trying to ban negative music. I don't see you going to award shows and slapping awards out of people's hands talking about it's idolatry. You know what I'm saying? So don't, like, I never understood that. If you're going to make a stand, stand on all of it. Don't just come to a place where you feel like your voice can be heard or whatever and try to downplay what somebody's doing.
Right. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I think, because I've been thinking about that a lot lately, about just backlash in general. And, looking at the scriptures, it's to be expected. And it's not that I can't speak for we, but I'm not, or I would never put myself up in his position, or even people that was around him or following him, or even before that, even none of the prophets and none of it. I would never profess to be any of that. But if we believe the word to be true, it's a fact that when you doing the will of the Most High, in whatever capacity it is, you're gonna get some backlash. Like Christ said that. He said they hated me before they hated you. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing. And then even this is probably a weird example, but even looking at Peter, he got in prison and he was like, now I know I'm worthy because I'm being mistreated. So it ain't nothing new, even though it hurt and it's frustrating at times, because I even encounter as a woman, right? As a woman doing this work, I encounter a lot of, not necessarily the music portion. I think people accept me. People accept me more speaking the word of the Most High when I'm on the radio. I don't really feel that in real life. So it's an interesting place to be at. But I think because of the radio station, I get to move around in more circles than I would if I was just a woman with the books. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think that what that is just cleaving to the Most High. Like I said before, the radio station and the work that we do was from the Most High. So if He with you, who can be against you? You know what I'm saying? Even the opportunities that we have had, like we've been invited to, like I said, host the first true music concert. Ephraim was like, at first it was like, I want you to say a few words. I want you to, hey, once I come down and say a few words. Then it was like, why don't you come and host? You know what I'm saying? So all these things have shifted and happened. Then we got invited to host the second one. Then we got invited to host the first true music concert of the Hebrew Israelite Summit, which is, I think they're on the 11th one now, but they just finished their 10th one. But this is a summit that, if this can be received without being perceived negatively, but this is a summit where it's Hebrews that on the surface you would think was the angry militant ones. And I'm sure they was there, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause that is the perception, but when we went there, it was all love, you know what I'm saying? So we've been in a lot of different environments and have been in, I've met a lot of people that I thought I would never, ever meet, and perceptions of, with the initial perceptions I had of different Hebrews has changed drastically. So those people who I was taught in the classes that I came from, I was taught not even to deal with them. Now I try to let somebody's character be what describes who they are, as opposed to me being limited by outfit or dress, or whether or not you have fringes on, or whether you don't, or whether your head is covered, or whether it ain't, whether you got on pants as a woman, whether you don't. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm because of these experiences, I'm learning to deal with people and judge them according to what Christ said by the fruits that they bear. So it's been good. This work has been good. So a lot of times, being a servant or doing work in the vineyard or whatever you want to call it, it's not without benefit to you if you be open to learning. So I've learned a lot. Like I said, I don't even want to. Half the time I don't even want to do the show. You know what I'm saying? I'll be tired or I'll be nervous. I'll be having stuff going on, but I do it and it changes it instantly lifts my spirit. So I benefit from it more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? I definitely benefit from it, and so it's but that backlash it's expected, and I know it's only gonna get worse because I'm things are shifting even around me now, and I'm just trying to be open to the spirit and being open to being shaped and molded. And Jeremiah talk about that, us being a potter's clay, and us being shaped and molded into what He wants us to do. And if we and for those of us who follow the Mashiach, we were bought with a price. Somebody died so that we could have the opportunity. So if I was bought with a price, and I believe that, then I have to believe that from that point on, my life is not about me personally or anything that my personal feelings or, you know what I'm saying? It's about being shaped and formed into what the Most High want me to be, which is a better person. I gotta believe it's a better person. I gotta believe anything we go through in this lifetime, any kind of backlash or people talking crazy outside their neck or being phony or whatever, it's still for my benefit. I gotta believe that, and that's what helps me to endure outside of anything that we might hear on the radio or in real life. So anyway.
I mean, okay, so to the increase in knowledge of truth,
yeah,
self-proclaimed home of the truth music,
right? We said it.
I don't oppose that, because
I know it's funny.
Y'all the only people I know really,
right.
as a true music artist that's really out there like promoting it hard like that. Now, I'm not saying nobody else is out there doing it, but I'm just saying from my viewpoint, from my line of sight, y'all is who I see. So, so with that being said, truth music.
Yeah.
People have their different perspectives on what truth music is. So, from one of the co-panelists, or however you want to say it, co-founder of To the Increase of Knowledge and Truth, home of the Truth Music, what is your perspective on truth music? So, first and foremost, give us your renderings of what truth music is.
Right, man. Yeah, we have heard different people's perspective, and we asked that question in the past. My perception of it is that it what distinguishes truth music from conscious rap or Christian rap, which I'm not against any of that, right? I like music in general. So let me just say that first. I'm not against any music as far as genre. So I'm a black woman. I'm an older black woman, but I'm not against Christian music, worship music, jazz, rock. Like, I'm not against any of that because I like music in general. So let me just say that. So I'm not biased. True music, but what true music is, what distinguishes it from any other form of music or any other type of rap music or hip hop is that it provides a solution to the things that we see around us. So that's what I think true music is. Because all music or any kind of art form is an expression of the truth. Even if you look at people say art imitates life, and that's the case, at least in my opinion. So if you look at movies, which is another art form, it's truth in movies. It's truth in a visual art. It's truth in dance, because it's all an expression of reality. But what true music does for hip hop is that, like I said, it provides a solution to why we in this predicament, to why we can't get it together. And I'm saying we. Those who profess themselves to be Hebrews or to be Israelites, those that are black people that's been scattered across the world. It is our solution to why we're in this predicament. So we're not just talking about getting money, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying we ain't just talking about getting money or popping pills or F the police, or it ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's identifying those issues, but putting the responsibility on us to get back to our Elohim, who's the only one that can save us out of this predicament through his son. So that's what true music is, and like I mentioned before, it's the elements of that throughout music. From if you think about it, even Negro spirituals, if you want to even go back far enough to that, it's always been something in the music that has touched the people as far as the solution. And even gospel, people might feel kind of weird about that, but it's elements of that in it. as well. So.
All right, so you talked about, it ain't just us talking about popping pills and how much money we got. Now, so if somebody is talking about popping pills, I'm just going to throw you a curveball real quick.
Right.
If people is talking about popping pills, do you classify that as true music? Or, I mean, like if they themselves say, hey, I pop pills, or hey, you know what I'm saying, that's the move. We popping pills, we smoking perp, or whatever. we sipping lean. Would you classify that as truth music?
No, because it's true music is music with a purpose. So just because you have the ability to open up your mouth and record a song, don't mean you should. Just like everybody that have hands shouldn't drive a car or or make a meal. You know what I'm saying? Like the ends don't justify the means. Just because you can don't mean you should. And that is that's the expression. You know, expression is not always. You know, the books say a fool. This is a horrible misquote, but the books say a fool when he closes his mouth, he's more wise. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of wise when he closes his mouth, basically. So just because you can't talk don't mean you should. And I think now, because anything goes, people feel even more empowered to do and say anything without the responsibility of where that lands. Once you record your voice, just like me, like once I say something, especially over the airwaves or in recording, it's eternity then. Like it's recorded. I can't take it back. I can't say I ain't said it. Even if the tape gets destroyed later on, somebody heard me and that was in their mind. So it's a great responsibility for musicians to be careful what they say. And I don't think that everybody needs to have that responsibility. So I would be naive to say everybody that picks up the microphone must talk about these certain issues. That ain't my place to say that. But I believe in balance. So if you're going to say pop pills and do this and do that, you know, music should be balanced. You should have something else that provides a different way of living. And I think that's what true music artists are doing. They're trying to provide just something else to consider. You know, while you smoking weed and doing this stuff, what about the Bible? You know what I'm saying? What about these other issues?
Yeah. So, with that being said, what are the, in your, you know what I'm saying, in your perspective, what are there, or let me just say it like this, are there any boundaries to truth music, or, you know, like what's the playing field? Because me, myself, I think I'm one of the artists that try to incorporate certain vibes into my music, and then I like to try to push the envelope a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But not to the point to where, like, you're not going to hear me say I pop pills. You're not going to hear me say I'm going off the lean or anything. Like, you don't hear me talking about I'm smashing all these females or whatever. I'm trying to suppress that mindset. So I might give you something that you can vibe to or ride to or even dance to. You know what I'm saying? But the content is going to be legit. So if there, I guess I would say, out of bounds zone on the truth music.
Yeah, absolutely. I think promoting, hate is a no-no, and that's just because it's some true music that promote killing your enemy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I can't rock with that. You know, we know. Again, the Bible is people talk about graphic novels. The Bible is a graphic novel. It talks about everything that you can think of. You know what I'm saying? Even things that could be offensive or too, graphic. So if truth music is based off of the solutions found in the scriptures, then it is open to any kind of thing. But I think at this point, promoting that kind of stuff is not helpful. You know what I'm saying? Because again, the reason why we in this predicament that we're in is because we're the problem, and we're still the problem because we refuse to go back to the instructions. So it's a cyclical situation where we're constantly pointing a finger outward or producing content that is it's a distraction. So while we know how this story gonna end as far as the world gonna end, we know it's in there. How is it helping the people? How is it knowledgeable? How is it gonna move us forward as a people to talk about, oh, we gonna kill Esau, or I think that's probably the most dramatic concept I've heard. I haven't heard any, some of the doctrinal teaching that you might hear on some of the brothers, some of the classes. I haven't heard that in the music yet. And I'm not gonna mention them, but I'm just thinking about certain topics that people have taught. I don't see that as creeping into the music, but I do hear, like I said, people talking about, kill Esau and all that. And I get old. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might die, but you might die too, because it's gonna be a remnant. So it's not, that whole hateful speech. It don't belong in true music. It just get old, and maybe it's because I'm getting old because I just turned 40. So I think that there's a responsibility too, which this is kind of a little off topic, but the true music has a responsibility to evolve, right? So if you still talking about the same content 5 years into your making music, that just shows your mindset, which I'm not hating on nobody, but if you decide to record your voice, it would be good if you could grow. You know what I'm saying? Grow. As you grow, your lyrics should grow, your content should grow.
Got it.
Got
it. Hey, I'm not looking at nothing you saying is hate.
Right.
I have a little saying that I say, look, I'm not hating, I'm just stating facts. So,
right.
People take it how they want to or whatever, and that's their prerogative. But so we talked about that. So there's a thing that I've noticed that you have on Facebook.
Yes.
That you like to say. So, in my perception, you have this thing where if a song is jamming, now I know you understand what jamming is, but I'm just speaking in my Texas lingo. So, if a song is jamming, you normally put body roll. Right?
Oh, my God.
No pressure, like you say, no pressure. So, break down this little body roll saying, and then I'm gonna ask you a question after that, and then we're gonna open up the lines as we come to a close of this hour interview. We're gonna start opening up the lines and letting people come in and have commentary or questions or anything like that. So, just before we start, before you respond to that,
sure.
Anybody that has anything they would like to say or any questions, go ahead and press 1. I'll see you in the queue, and then I'll open your mic up shortly.
So the body roll is, I'm a jokester. Like I roast my kids. You know what I'm saying? I come from a family of people that just like to, crack jokes and, have joy, right? My father was always cracking jokes, and my aunt, to this day, she still roast me and my kids. She don't care. So the body roll thing is a visual representation of how good the music is. So we black people, right? So we're not stiff. Even being the Hebrew, we might know these laws, but we still, should feel like we should move our body. So the whole body roll thing is just a joke, just a visual representation of. So instead of me saying this music is so great, oh, it's good, like literally, I'm jamming to your music, and the body roll thing, I think it's just me saying how good it is. Not only is it good to my mind, but my body is really feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is.
So you don't literally be body rolling.
I literally do. I body roll.
Oh, you literally body roll. Okay.
Yeah, I body roll. So you could be talking about Christ, and I'd be like, ow. So it's just like, it's a joke, you know what I'm saying? But I bankhead bounce, I still, do all types of stuff in the 90s, and I don't care. I'm gonna keep the body roll going, okay? I'm not gonna never put that away.
All right. So with that said, so ain't nothing wrong with body rolling in the truth.
No, and let me say this too, because I think that is the biggest thing about the radio station, or about the walk, that needs to be notified. So I mentioned, not notified, but needs to be illuminated. So I mentioned earlier about balance. Balance is so important. You being a Hebrew is the same thing as you knowing that you're a German or an Italian. It is just your nationality. There is no religion, right? Knowing who you are is not a religion. We happen to serve, or be trying to serve, the true and living God, and yes, we have a book, and I guess, maybe those elements makes it seem like it's a religion, but it's not a religion. It is a way of life. It's a culture. It is the only way to live. So for us to be stiff, or to not have joy, or any of those qualities, is just odd. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be, at least in the walk, I want to show as much joy as possible, that it's not a burden to serve the Most High. It is not oppressive. It's not oppressive in and of itself. I think the culture, because we still are waking out of this slumber and sleep, we kind of put oppressive practices on ourselves, but it is not a burden to serve the Most High. So we should feel like we can body roll, or bankhead bounce, or percolate to whatever, because he's still a person. You know what I'm saying? And so I hope people can get out their own head and live their life as fully as possible. As long as they're not breaking the Torah, like, be you. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High made you for a purpose. He didn't make you because he was bored. He made you to shine your light. You know what I'm saying? And not have it under a bushel.
That's deep right there, in my perspective. So y'all heard it here first. All right.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it here first. Ain't nothing wrong with body rolling to a truth song. And in the essence of that, I myself am going to make a song entitled Body Roll. So I'm not playing. So with my next, when volume 2 drops, I'm going to have a song named Body Roll, okay?
Oh, I can't wait to body roll to it.
So, yeah, man, it's like I said, I like to push the envelope as long as I keep it clean, But like you said, we still who we are who we are. You can't take the rhythm away from us. You can't take our soul.
Right. That's right.
Can't take our rhythm away from us. So
that's
mean, that's just what it is. So I totally agree with that. But I did want to ask. I've been wanting to ask you that for a long time, because every time I look up, I see body roll, and it became one of them things like an epidemic, where you would just every time just body, like it didn't have nothing to do with a song. You just be like body roll. Like I seen it on one of John Boy posts. You was like body roll, and he was like, really? You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. So I did want to get that. And matter of fact, I might, if you don't mind, I might use some of this clip of the interview as a skit before the song.
Amen. Praise the Most High.
Can I get your permission?
Absolutely.
All right. So, so what I would like to do, we have about 15 minutes left. If anybody all right, I got one in the queue right now. They just jumped back out, but you shouldn't have jumped in the first place. You playing double dutch. Oh, man, that's the wrong one. They done jumped back in. Hold on. All right, so 309-750, you're live.
Shalom, shalom, peace to your home.
Hey.
Hey.
Shalom, shalom.
Great show, great concept. Build a network. The music is definitely a ministry. Now, I called in because that is what it is. Let another man live, praise thee. And this keep pride from you. So praise report on Tamar. Something like a big deal, organizer on top of all of us. A lot of gifts. In all truth, ideas may have came from me, but without her, none of it would have got done. But it's because of a certain gift for sternness, stern mother, stern in the book, So just a praise report for all that you do for the radio station. I wish a lot of them other guys that, she's sharing events, she's hosting in the queue. Guys show up late, she hold the fort till they come late. She do a lot for the radio station, a lot for, just the whole, to the increase of knowledge and truth. And all due honesty, it started out as like, when guys contradict themselves and then they too forward with it, and you see, and ain't no getting past, what they own. I used to just say, man, to the increased knowledge and truth. And from that vision, like Tamar said a bunch of times, man, she wouldn't even talk to me. If it was, I would not have talked to you. So we know the Most High is all in it, and he put the gifts and connect the thing together to make the thing work. A lot of stuff that we've been able to see been beautiful, but just to speak to the praise of my sister Tamar, she great. It's a natural thing. A little fearful, like she says, she be nervous before the show come on. I guess that's natural anxiety or whatever. But once it's on, it's all natural. I thank you, and I love you for all you do for the radio station. All right.
Praise the Most High.
Oh, man, I wish I had, like, an audio where it'd be like, oh.
Cut it out.
I'm going to have to find something like that.
Hey, man, true story, man. Hey, look.
That's real,
man.
though, man. And we need more of that, man. We got to support one another, man. Like, far as when it's something good, I'm not finna support you in your folly. I'm just letting that be known.
Right.
From the gate, I'm not supporting nobody in their folly. But if it's something that's good, and, another reason why I wanted to bring Sister Tamar on the show is that just like her character, her spirit, you know what I'm saying, and, just people, I don't think people understand the time and effort it takes to do the things that y'all do, especially Sister Tamar. I see her making all these posts. I see her doing all that. I'm the marketing person for his Talk One's Talk Radio. So I know how hard it is. I know what it takes to do that, and so because I know, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people don't get that appreciation or that praise from other people, which really ain't nothing but encouragement and edification. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody really want to do something that they feel like they just doing it in vain.
Right, of course. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I
you know
think,
what? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think that's true. I think that I apologize. I think that that's true, and that's the purpose. And that's the thing. Whether you on the radio or in the public or not, we should be encouraging one another. It don't, even kind words here and there. Just this is a quick little story, but just the other day, one of my sisters was we was all talking or whatever, and she just was like the whole time like rubbing my back. You know what I'm saying? And as adults, we don't really get touched like that. And I'm not talking about in a freaky way. I'm just talking about in a comforting way. You know, I have children, so I'm constantly attending to them, right? Touching them, making sure they got what they need. You know, even as I did with my youngest son, like examining his face. I was thinking about that earlier. This is probably random too, but I was like examining him. You know, and I'm thinking to myself like, dang, like, you know, you make sure there ain't no boogers in his nose and all these things is okay with him. But as you become an adult, you don't really get that attention. And to even if we don't have that environment around us, it don't take no time to text somebody, to check on them, to encourage them, anything. That's all it takes. Cause we
you is speaking right now because I go through the same thing, and I'll be like, man, look, y'all will hear a lot of this expressed through my music, but it's just like that stuff don't register with us. We so used to, we so conditioned in not being emotionally connected with one another.
Absolutely.
And so we got to bring that culture back. People think it's okay. Like for instance, let me just say this. If you love me, it has to be in deed, not in word.
Absolutely.
So a text alone tells me that you're thinking about me, which is an expression of your love. It's the small things, but people will tell you they love you and they dying for you and would never even hit you up.
Right. Yeah, that's true too, and that's something that we, you know, I'm an introvert, so I naturally I can be by myself and I'm a loner, you know what I'm saying? But I do know that it's an effort. My mother-in-law actually she told me, because I just recently, my husband passed away, but I moved to Ohio from Maryland. So just recently she told me, she said, you know, when you get up in the morning, just text me good morning, right? And we've been doing it for maybe a month or maybe 6 weeks and something now, but now it's a habit. So even if we are falling short in different ways in which to connect, it's never too late to start. Just start with that. Just start each day, good morning. You know what I'm saying? And then once you start doing it, then now it becomes a habit. You know, we not just because we're adults.
It's with repetition. You know what I'm saying? You have to condition yourself for certain things. Just like people condition themselves. I mean, and that's why I say music is so powerful, because music helps condition your mind.
Yeah, it does.
So that's why we need truth music to combat the conditioning of popping pills. You know what I'm saying? Killing your brothers and sisters, gang violence. We need the combative side of that. We got to combat that. You know, and if people ain't dying for that, they ain't dying for that, and they ain't dying for the edification of that, something wrong with them.
That's right.
Because I guarantee you, them same people giving y'all backlash is the same people listening to whoever, Yo Gotti, Rack It Up, whatever. Lil, what is it? Everybody little now. Lil Pump. Right. You know what I'm saying? With no substance. They listening to that because, I mean, I guess I am kind of judging them, but reasoning behind it might be because they might like the beat, but subconsciously it's conditioning your mind whether you agree to that or not. And it's conditioning your children's mind, if anything, because if you're listening to it, your children is going to hear it.
Right. And I think, too, just to that point about the commentary, I think another thing to consider, another perspective, rather, is that, you know, they just want to be seen. Because some of them same people that said stuff about us was like, I'm one of the best people out there, and I don't get no recognition. So a lot of it is just, you know, insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Feeling insecure, but you know, like I said, we don't know everybody, and all music is not good. Let me say it too. All truth music is not good, right? So just because you have equipment don't mean you should be making music. And I think that's humility. Humility comes with everything. You just like every Hebrew is not a teacher. Every Hebrew is not a prophet. Every Hebrew don't got these gifts. Find out what your gift is and be content with whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just something as simple as, and I'm saying simple air quotes because it's not simple, but even if you're just a good organizer, what's wrong with that? We're not even content with the things the Most High gave us. And so I think a lot of it is because people are just like, well, I need to be recognized, but, the Most High see you, let him elevate you. It's saying when you humble yourself, that's when you get elevated. You know what I'm saying? So it's just knowing
right.
that.
So what I hear you saying is some people. I'm paraphrasing right now. I'm using I'm using the skills of effective communication. So what I hear you saying is some people sometimes they have a passion to do this thing, and maybe in the truth music genre they feel like, oh, I got a better shot. I got a better shot of the recognition, and when it don't happen that way, they get upset.
Yeah, I mean either that or they just not good. Like you might wanna, I'm trying to think what. Like I would love to, be in the studio making beats, but that ain't my gift. You know, like I don't know nothing about that. I would love to be a female DJ. Like that's so dope to me, but that's not my gift. So it's just being content and not busting down the door and forcing your way into a lane that is not your lane. And I think that's what it is. And people, instead of because nothing too is that we can't lie to people. So we have invited a lot of people on the show. People have said, but some people have asked us flat out, like, what you think. And I have, in my nicest way, told them what I thought without being, because you don't want to be, like, offensive to somebody if they ask you, you don't want to discourage them totally. But if it's not good, it's not good. And if I was to tell you that it was good, now I'm lying. Now I'm breaking the commandment. Now I'm in trouble with y'all. It ain't that serious. You know what I'm saying?
Most High hate a lying tongue.
Yeah. So I'm not here to make nobody feel good. And even if you don't like what I said or like me, it's going to be okay. I ain't nobody's anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's just knowing that nobody is anybody to be offended by what they say. And that's something I had to learn, right, is that it is not about me. If I'm in my feelings about something, I need to rule over my spirit so that I could get into this kingdom. Everything is going the way it's supposed to go. For me to be still holding feelings or even be aggravated by certain situations, like I'm not doing nothing but blocking a little bit of time I got left with foolishness. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be responsible for ourselves. And whatever you got to do, you hold on to your peace and don't let nobody take it from you. And that's to everybody. Hold on to your peace. Christ gave you peace and joy. Hold on to them like them the only thing you got. You know what I'm saying? And let him grow the fruits of the Spirit in you. You know what I'm saying? Bless the fruits of the Spirit. So.
Show you right. So how much time left do we have, do you have to be on the show? I know we said an hour. It's closing down on that hour, so we can get ready to close out. Aside, your mic's still open. I don't know if you want to say anything.
No, man, keep it going.
Keep going. Now I'm going to go get on the
Most High willing, in these next couple of weeks, we'll be able to make another big step. We're trying to go on, kill this home of truth music thing and format a radio station for real from the website. I've been working on the show. A lot of big things. I think Tamar hand clap. Okay, buddy. Hold on, I got you right now. I thank Tamar for all that you do. And let's just keep it going. I love y'all.
All right, man. Love, peace. All right. So I just want to personally thank you for stopping by.
No problem.
You know, giving us some of your time. I know you're a busy woman. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to be here with us.
I know that's
you know,
right.
so I thank you. I also thank everybody for tuning in. Before we close, if you just want to put out any information as far as what y'all got going on coming up, any links of how people can contact y'all, as far as whether they be artists or they just want to listen in to anything y'all got going on, you could do so at this time.
Yeah. So the best way to contact us is 3 ways. So we have a Facebook page called To the Increase of Knowledge and Truth Radio, and if you just put in the number 2 and then it should pop up if it's not spelled properly. So, but it's To the Increase of Knowledge and Truth Radio. It's on Facebook. If you can't find that, just put in Hebrew Hip Hop Awards. It's a lot of activity in that. And I'm sure it'll link you back to our main page. But we do a lot of promotion that way, especially when music just hits. That's how we promote. And then we have our website, which is the number 2nkt.com. And on there you could find a whole directory of true music artists that we're aware of. It's not complete, but it's a directory of true music artists on there with a link to their page. And then each week on Sunday, we have something called Psalm Sundays, and that's on the link on our page that says link with the artist at the top. We profile an artist that we interviewed in the past, so we put a brief blurb about who they are, and then we put a link to the original interview that they had on Hebrew Bars and Verses, and then we put another link that says listen to the lyrics, which is their actual music page. So we encourage everybody to support the artists if they are selling their music. And definitely, link up with them. If you're an artist, link up with them, do a track together. That's what we hope to do, is to make brothers and sisters across the country to keep producing this great music. And then also on our front page, it's updated once a week as well. So far, it's got updating on Monday, and we'll put like an announcement on there. So, and we also invite y'all to join us every Tuesday evening from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Hebrew Bars and Verses, blogtalkradio.com/2NKT. And we encourage y'all to call in, chop it up with us, get to know the artist, support the work. And if you have any music, go to our website, send us an email about it. There's a form on there where you can send music or inquire and all of that. So that's it.
All right, sis, I want to thank you again. Asai, I thank you for calling in. You next, brother, as far as, hosts or radio personalities. You next, so get ready. I'll be hitting you up so we can schedule. I try to do this once a month, preferably now, the last Monday of the month. So we can schedule some. I'll be hitting you up. And also, if y'all don't mind, before y'all do the next Hebrew Hip Hop Awards, I would love to have the whole panel on, and y'all could talk a little bit more in depth about the Hebrew Hip Hop Awards. So, do I got the thumbs up from you, Tamar?
Yeah. Most High willing.
Most High willing, if we make it there.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. Asai, I hope you ain't, I know you're dealing with the kids. I'm going to open up your mic. Do I got the thumbs up from you?
Man, hey, man, we always got, man. Man. We ain't complicating the deal over here. We say come together, man. That's just one step. Come together. So you know it, man. Whatever we on. I'm sure John, you know what I'm saying. We got a lot of kids. We got a lot of life ahead of him. I'm sure he's transitioning in life. But I know, man. You know, all of this, like Tamar said, man. All of this, it's all put together by the Most High, man. That's His work. I'm down in the box of rocks. So, this is work, but the work is this. This is the work. Gather yourselves together, O nation, and decide. You said before the day, don't wait till the day gets here. You know what I'm saying? So that's the work behind to the increase of knowledge and truth. If the initial statement was built upon ending a vain conversation, it's really saying, man, let us move on. Let's increase toward knowledge and truth. Leave this right here that's going nowhere fast alone. But that's what it's about, gathering other people. The thing was in my heart, being Sister Tamar, after we met on the other radio station and it shut down, she basically said, she had a dream about the spreadsheet theory. I think I started calling it that. But it was about enabling the people to have a unit to come together. And that's man, that was right up my alley. So it's all God, man, and it's about coming together. We don't separate ourselves. We working with some with your radio right now. We on whatever, man. Let's get it. Let's do events. Let's bring it to a town near you. I'm getting my backpack ready, man, so I can pop up anywhere and throw a true music concert with the artist that's there, man. I'm so serious about it, man. It's and then it's like if the coldest hooper from the hood, right? Of course he hooping. You know what I'm saying? So in my life, you know what I'm saying, this thing right here is gave me most, like Tamar said, just thinking and building a partner and seeing ways to bring the true music thing together and creating things. I love it. So we own it, but that's the work. The work is gather yourselves together. It ain't about personal glorification. It's about when I pop up in your town, I should be able to knock on your door like, what's up, Op? You know what I'm saying? And we can hang out. You drink the yan, like I call my buddies. All the Hebrews drink wine, man. Everybody got wine. So, yeah, man, we on all that. And when you do the song, let me throw this out there. When you do the song, body roll, I got footage of Tamar doing the body roll. So,
please. Please.
All right, make sure you send me that because I'm gonna shoot a video.
I got you.
You see how the Most High is moving right now? He moving right now because my plan was that I was gonna solicit videos if anybody wanted to send in some body roll footage.
Oh, that'd be
I was gonna compilate that and do that. So I was gonna chunk that y'all way as a because I know y'all do the commercials and stuff on y'all's, and y'all kind of give everybody an update of what people got going on. So I was gonna chunk that to y'all and say, hey, can y'all put this out for me and see if anybody will send some stuff in. So I think that's cool. You know. But man, I really appreciate it.
I don't know. A bunch of all B40-year-olds, man, trying to keep up with us. Yeah.
That's that joy.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
So, it's all good, man.
Yeah, man, no malice, man. Can't let malice dwell in your heart, man. You can't get in there like that. That's point blank. That's, from the old to the new. You can't hate the nations in front of you. You just can't be like them. And you can't hate the ones behind you because you can't bring their ways. So, maliciousness in our hearts is against us. You know what I'm saying? And that's what stops us from being a people. And that's why love got to be the end game all the time. We got to be. Because once we learn to love one another by the true definition, by Torah, by how he said do that, no usury, no, you know what I'm saying, come out of Babylon in this confused state, then we'll really be able to be a people. You know what I'm saying? And that's the aim of the radio station, man. Bring these J's together. We're doing the picnics. Like I said, I got a backpack. That's what I'm calling it, a backpack. I pop up in the town with 2 grills, 4 cordless mics, and 2 concert speakers, and then we'll show them how we really street preach. Then with truth music and some burgers. Get them people free food. So picnics coming. I got a whole team of people, man, that's ready to do it. They charged up. They want to hit the earth. we all we got. Yeah, we all we got, man. That's it. So, thank you again, Sister Tamar, and grace and peace.
Yeah.
All right, shalom, achi. All right, so once again, for the last time, I thank you for giving us your time. And I thank everybody else for tuning in. Have a blessed evening. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.